Hey everyone, my name is Jayden and today I will be sharing my personal stock investment journey for the past 7 years as a Malaysian. Take note that I'm not a licensed financial advisor and this is only my personal sharing of my financial experience. I started out my investment journey in the Malaysian stock market in 2019 and I remember when I just started investing, I only put like around 10k Malaysian dollar into my brokerage account at that time. Only in 2020 I began putting more capital as I get my first job as fresh graduate and I've been working part-time as well as a grab car driver since 2018. Yeah, the return I get is actually phenomenal as you can see in the first 2 years, and most of the return actually comes only from one company, which is Pentamaster Corporation. Around 2019, back then when I was still studying in universities, I began researching in company for my career, and I came across this company which has, that time I think it has a lot of growth ahead. And that time I also just finished reading like the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, Warren Buffett book, Peter Lynch book, and so on. And I began realizing that maybe I should buy its stocks. So this stock actually went fivefold in 2 years time. So in 2019, 2020, most of my return come from this stock alone. I consider myself lucky at this time. Actually, at that time, my investment philosophy is more on buying stocks when it's undervalued or underappreciated by the market and wait for maybe 3 months to a year time. And when market realize the company potential, I began sold off the company because Malaysia has many cyclical company like tech stock, glove stock, oil and gas, plantation which is cyclical in nature. So yeah, we can trade in and out frequently and get profit out of it. In 2021, I began allocating actually some money into one of the US stock. My first US stock is Amazon. Around that time, we don't have Momo, we don't have any platform, and I actually paid like 100 ringgit through Maybank investment just for me to buy one Amazon share. Wow, it was really expensive. In 2021, the Malaysian stock market was really booming and I earned my profit a lot on tech stock and glove stock in Malaysian stock market lah. But for US stock, it was so. Yeah, that's why my portfolio return is only like 14, it's only like 10+%. Yeah, so it's been quite good for this past 3 years. However, in 2022, US stock actually came crashing down and my Amazon share at one point fall like 50%. Malaysian stocks although drop as well, but it's more resilient compared to US counterpart. And on that year, I'm like lose 14% only overall. Lucky. But at the end of 2022, I began buying more US stocks, especially like Microsoft, Salesforce, MasterCard, as US stock began more accessible for retail investor like us through apps like Rakuten Trade. Yeah, in 2023, I came to a realization that my way of investing in cyclical stock in Malaysia is not sustainable in the long run. It's quite tiring because I have my full-time job as an engineer and sometimes we get big project and we need to devote a lot of our time into our work and previous my investing method of keep buying in and out of cyclical stocks, I need to keep close track to Malaysian stock, like every quarterly report, the stock became so volatile, it can goes up 10%, down 10%, and I need to be constantly buying, selling, and finding new opportunities, and which can be stressful and time consuming as I still have my full-time job. So I know in Malaysia you can actually invest long term in high dividend stocks like banks, REITs, and consumer stocks, but those returns are not as exciting. So that's why I go into cyclical stock, because the return are more, but it's more tiring. To add on, in 2023, all of my US stock came roaring back, and my Malaysian stock is still in the red and down more. And at the end of the year, I decided to sell all my Malaysian stock and begin putting in US stock in 2024, like all, because I found that actually US stock, my investing method is just buy and hold, and the returns are quite good as well. I began putting into US stock in tranches, like I have like 50% US stock and 50% cash at the early 2024, and I keep buying into US stock in 2024 until 100% allocation in US stock at the end of 2024. My returns are inferior compared to S&P 500 index because part of my money I invest at the second half of the 2024. All this time I have used the buy and hold approach only. You buy great companies with wide moats, like Warren Buffett, and I try to buy and never sell them, and the returns are quite good, considering the minimal amount of hassle and trading work you need to have. At the end of 2024, my US stock consists of companies with wide moat like Microsoft, Amazon, Netflix, MasterCard, American Express, Berkshire, Moody's, and so on. Maybe next episode I will sharing my US stock investment more. So after investing in 2024 fully in US stock, I found that personally I like this strategy a lot because you don't need to keep finding new opportunities, when to sell these stocks, when to buy that, because once I buy the company, I try, that's all, just keep updated with the company in every quarterly report, and if all goods, I just hold, so I've been able to focus more on my full-time job instead, using this approach, and I think it's more sustainable in the long run also. Yeah, so guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know. Maybe I will share my personal stock allocation, US stock allocation, in the next video. Thank you.